Sri Lankan Daily Political Dose. Latest news and briefs on daily political activities in Sri Lanka. Subscribe with the bell icon and share for daily political updates in Sri Lanka. Thank you for watching. 31st August 2024. Headlines. Sri Lanka police to deploy 54,000 personnel. No prisoners can vote. NPP to increase government employees' salary every 6 months. President promises to reduce tax burden. Not been informed of removal. Ranghe Bandara. Namal can easily win. Prasanna to get 200 million rupees from Dayasiri. India's National Security Advisor meets presidential candidates. Private Secretary of State Minister remanded for soliciting bribes. Latest news. Sri Lanka police to deploy 54,000 personnel for presidential election duties. In preparation for the upcoming presidential election, the Sri Lanka police has announced that approximately 54,000 personnel will be deployed from its force of 77,000 to ensure the smooth conduct of the electoral process. Prisoners won't be able to vote. The Department of Prisons stated that in the current situation, no prisoner will be able to vote in the upcoming presidential election unless a program is prepared based on a court order or directives from relevant institutions such as the Election Commission. President promises to reduce tax burden over next 2 years. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he intends to ease the tax burden on the public over the next 2 years, while adhering to the agreements the country has reached with the International Monetary Fund and the 18 countries that have provided loans. EU Election Observation Mission vows independent review. The European Union Election Observation Mission to Sri Lanka's presidential election today assured a complete independent picture of the presidential election 2024 and said it will come up with recommendations for future electoral reforms. Not been informed of removal. Ranghe Bandara. UNP General Secretary Palitha Range Bandara said today that he has not been informed of his removal by the party leadership. He said he will answer all allegations against him in the future. Namal can easily win. He entered the fray with 35% votes in hand. D.V. Chanaka. SLPP presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa can easily become the president at the upcoming presidential election as he began his campaign with a definite 35% votes of the people who stood with the Mahinda Chintanaya policy, State Minister D.V. Chanaka said today. SJB guffed to annul corrupt VFS visa agreement. Samagi Jana Santanaya presidential candidate MP Sajith Premadasa vows to annul the corrupt VFS visa agreement signed by the current government. Will Prasanna get 200 million rupees from Dayasiri? Prasanna Ranatunga has sent a letter demanding 200 million rupees to Dayasiri Jayasekera, claiming that Dayasiri falsely accused him of taking a bar license under another person's name. Failure to recover tax arrears from leading distillers. Patali flays excise chief for lame excuses. SJB lawmaker Patali Champika Ranawaka has said Excise Commissioner General M.J. Gunasiri cannot justify his failure to recover tax arrears from liquor manufacturers by claiming that Treasury Secretary Mahinda Siriwardena has not given approval. President announces ambitious plan to transform Hambantota into economic hub. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced his vision to transform the Hambantota region into a major hub for tourism, industry, trade, and port activities. India's National Security Advisor meets presidential candidates Anura Sajith and Namal. This is a pivotal moment and shows that India is ready to work with whoever comes to power. But mystery remains, what impact would India have on Sri Lankan elections? Private Secretary of State Minister remanded for soliciting bribes. Private Secretary of State Minister of Trade and Environmental Affairs, Satasivam Vyalendran, has been remanded for soliciting a bribe to issue a license to mine sand in Mahaweli River. He has been remanded for 14 days by the Fort Magistrate Thilina Gamaj. Political parties get between 1,000 and 2,000 private buses per day for campaign rallies. Ceylon Private Bus Owners Association states that political parties get between 1,000 and 2,000 private buses per day to transport people for election campaign rallies. Mr. Gemunu Widyaratne, the president of the association, said that the relevant buses will be obtained after paying money, and in addition, buses will be provided to the Election Commission on the day of the polling for the activities related to the polling. More election complaints filed ahead of the presidential election. The Election Commission has reported a significant increase in complaints related to the upcoming presidential election. Accordingly, a total of 1,482 election complaints have been reported from July 31 to yesterday, the Election Commission said. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video for more interesting political insights and presidential election updates from SL Daily Political Dose. Don't forget to subscribe and share our channel.